I study 10 hours a day, run an international clothing business, do psychological consulting, and even lost 18 pounds in 6 months. And my professor still said my essay was written by AI. On Thursday, when I saw their feedback denying my work, I was crying while organizing my evidence. On Friday, I put together a second round of proof and also went and passed a California beauty and cosmetology license worth $5,000. Hello, here's Jaylin. This is my English speaking practice video. Today, I want to talk about something kind of heavy but also really powerful. You all know I'm taking an honors program at a community college in the US. But what you don't know is this is actually my attempt to restart my life. 10 years ago, I already graduated from college in China. 10 years later, I chose to throw away my old comfort zone and walk back into a classroom in America. For these 6 weeks, my life has had only one thing: grinding nonstop. Even when the weekly pressure felt like it could explore, I still keep recording videos to document my progress. What you see online is just one tiny fraction of my real life because besides classes, I also run a clothing business with Japan and Korea on the side. I do psychological consulting for clients back in China, and every single week, no matter what, I go to the gym 3 times. My daily routine looks like this. I post ads around 8 or 9 every morning from Monday to Thursday. I finish class and get home around 1 p.m. Then I shoot products, videos, edit contents, select styles, manage operations, study, and work out. Friday night, I live stream and film YouTube videos. Almost every night, I'm reading. But this Thursday, I completely broke down. I got a feedback from my professor saying my third essay was written by AI. In that moment, my whole world went silent. I felt like me, a real living human, got erased by a cold algorithms. I cried so hard from the injustice, but after crying, I told myself, you can feel the sadness, but you are not allowed to surrender. In psychology, there's a term called self efficacy. It means you must believe you have the power to change your situation. I spent half a day doing a full ground level proof of everything I had done. I didn't argue with my professor. I didn't hate him. I reviewed every single trace of my learning that I could possibly find in my entire life. I dug out my movie ticket stamps from when I drove 2 hours round trip to an AMC theater in Orange County to watch late night films. I went there on purpose to deeply understand movies. I still remember when my friend came to visit me from Arizona and I made her wait until I finished my essay draft before we went out. The movie started at 9:45 p.m. and ended after midnight. The whole time I was quietly explaining the plot to her because I was worried she wouldn't understand. That was the first time I didn't get home until 1 a.m. I pulled up every post from my social media. Every single one was a fragment of my thoughts while writing essays. I even found screenshots of me humbly asking classmates about formatting in IG. In psychology, this is called building a factual barrier. If algorithms run on logic, then we find them with stronger logic and a show chain of evidence. So, when something extremely unfair happens to you, step 1, allow yourself to break down. But after you cry, you must quickly switch from victim mode to battle mode. My another friend who graduated from Arizona State University told me something important. The teaching style here is not like in China, but there, teachers tell us to use fancy vocabulary and complex sentences. The more advanced your writing looks, the higher your score because that proves your literary level. But in the US, it's different. Most undergraduates professors only expect the kind of English level that Chinese elementary and middle school students have. That's just a cultural difference, and even papers written by professors themselves can get flagged as AI. So don't take it too personally. I have no issue with my professor. I actually respect his teaching attitude a lot. Maybe some of you think that sounds fake, but trust me, I've lived a lot and I'm very independent. I have my own way of thinking. I don't bother lying. I just felt that my serious effort to study was denied, and that felt like my boundaries were crossed. I only wanted to define my boundaries with evidence. Otherwise, I wouldn't have calmly read the exam questions 3 times on Friday morning and then casually gone to pass the California cosmetology license exam at noon. I sent my professor 2 very long emails. I admitted maybe I got too carried away when writing, like playing jazz. I also admitted I might not have fully stepped out of my Chinese thinking patterns yet. I even had a Chinese job that was thousands of words long, but my attitude was firm. I told him I refused to let a dictator completely deny the reality of my serious efforts. This class is extremely hard for me, but I didn't run away. I didn't drop it. I came here to challenge myself, not to find shortcuts. I also submitted over 20,000 words of English study notes from my tablets. Evidence I kept out word by word over 6 weeks. I even sent him the link to my YouTube channel to show him I record my English learning process every single week. If you choose silence in moments like this, psychology says you can develop something called learned helplessness. You start doubting yourself and believing resistance is useless. That kind of psychological damage is worse than losing points. Later, my professor replied. He said he adjusted my grade, even though he insisted it was a software issue. I know my evidence chain left him with nothing to argue against. My total score is now 75%. That's a C. My GPA will definitely be affected. My path toward UCLA just got harder. But when I submitted my final essay, I felt a level of peace I had never felt before. I gave everything I had until the very last second. In these 6 weeks, I didn't just learn how to write academic papers. I learned how to protect a real, never surrendering soul in the age of algorithms. Power structures actually exist in every life. For example, when elders interact with children, a natural hierarchy forms. In school, even professors are responsible and dedicated. There is still an inherent power structure between professors and students. This structure exists in all social systems. It simplifies reality. In psychology, unequal power often means the side holding resources controls the narrative. The weaker side is easily ignored or misunderstood by the system. Just like this time, when an algorithm labeled me as AI, at its core, it was a collision between me as a student and the entire institutional rule system. So when you recognize that structure exists, you realize proving yourself isn't just about a grade. It's about taking back your autonomy and your right to define your own story within that structure. Remember this. True strength is not never facing setbacks. True strength is being able to prove yourself back up with dignity when you are denied or rejected. Don't let any dictator define your sweat. Your learning traits are your greatest medals. To every student who has been misunderstood, evidence is your strongest weapon, and your dignity is worth fighting for until the very end. Don't let the system erase you. It's one battle after another. I hope this video brings you inspiration too. Thanks for watching. Bye.